What's good, y'all boys? It's Benzino02 back with another video, and I hope y'all days going well. I hope everybody's days is going well. Basically, today's video, I want to tell you guys how martial arts helps with confidence, anxiety, and just overall, it gives you transferable skills that you could take into anything that you do in your life. What leads someone into doing martial arts? And what reasons would you be curious as to why you want to do it? You don't necessarily have to be a fighter or super competitive if you want to get into martial arts. You could be very balanced, neutral, and mellow and still find enjoyment in martial arts and still take a lesson from it. No matter where you're from, no matter how strong you are, how athletic you are, you still have to go step by step by step by step, and I mean that. There's nothing beating experience and there's nothing beating discipline. If someone's been training harder than you for longer than you, you're not going to walk in and just beat them or do well against them, because they would have seen your approach many times. They see where you're at, they see your flaws, they see your speed, they drill it, the eyes are trained, the reaction are trained. Someone who's more experienced, if they wanted to, they would take you out immediately. And that's what people who are not really familiar with martial arts don't understand. They think because they're bigger or because they played this sport or did that sport or grew up in this neighborhood that they could just walk in and beat up on someone who's been dedicating their life to it. You have to practice. You have to attempt to get good at it. You don't just walk in and get good. So that's my point. Don't think that you're going to come in and just be immediately good. Come in humble, because the more humility you have, the easier it is going to be for you to learn whatever it is that you're doing, because people like humility. Humility is a fruit of the spirit. It shows that you're always willing to learn. It shows that you're honest with your intentions and you're honest with where you're at. Humility is one of the best approaches to anything. Fighting teaches you a lot of it. It helps you work on being humble, because you're going to get humbled. You're going to probably get hurt more than likely, and you're probably going to not feel good sometimes when you're training. There's going to be some days where you don't feel good, and that's fine, because fighting is a sport where it's what it is. You know what you're signing up for, and it may be difficult and scary at first, but after a while you get used to it. You get used to getting hit. Your eyes get more comfortable. You get used to throwing. You know what to do, and it feels good once you truly start to develop the confidence that comes with being someone who's able to defend themselves. And it feels good to be able to help people who aren't able to defend themselves. When you're sparring people who are beginners, very scared, you see where they're at, because that's where you were, and you're able to help because you control the punishment that you're able to deal on someone. You control the pace. You control it. And a lot of people don't understand that when they're looking at fighting. They don't understand that there's pace, there's distance, there's the right combination of throw, like especially distance. A lot of people who fight still don't understand distance. And good fighters, they understand that, because they're not just training their hands, their feet, and their bodies. They're training their minds as well. Like, you train your mind and your eyes, your reaction. Like, guys, these are things you train in any sport. Like, you train to be fluid. You train to be able to react to something before it even happens. You train the what is. And that's strengthening your mind, because you do that with anything. You do that if you're in sales. You might train, what if this person asks this question? And you have the backup there that might hook them in. Like, these are things that you can do in whatever. A lot of people think they don't have the potential to get skills like these, like fighting or sport down or singing. But guys, all you have to do is honestly put an effort and try. There are some people who genuinely have not stayed consistent to one thing throughout their entire lives. So it seems impossible to get good at dancing, or impossible to get good at singing, or impossible to get good at fighting. But people who are good at those things, they will tell you the same thing. They just put effort and time into it, and they crafted their skills. How does fighting help you in your day-to-day life? How does it help you in giving you transferable skills to regular everyday scenarios? For one, it gives you confidence. Confidence in how you walk. Confidence in how you control your emotions. And I'll give you an example. I was someone who, before I started fighting, I always was fascinated with martial arts since I was 17. I would train a little bit on my own, but I never was humble enough to go to a gym. I just always thought if someone fought me, I'd be able to handle it. I'd be able to beat that person or hurt that person. And there were times where something would happen where I would get into like an argument, or someone would threaten me, because I worked a customer service job, and it happens a lot where a customer loses his cool, and I couldn't stay in character when those things were happening. So I was like really in my fight or flight, and I was like, damn, maybe maybe I can't really fight because I'm scared here, you know? And it's normal to be scared, or it's normal to feel the adrenaline and everything rising because God, even when you fight in the cage or ring, that those don't go away. But what I didn't want to feel is those feelings of anger and build up and fear for someone who probably doesn't know how to fight or really defend themselves. So when I got yelled at that one day and cussed out by the customer in the line that I was giving a gift card, who was like scamming, I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna keep telling myself, oh, I'm a fighter, or I could do this, or I'll train like for a month and I could beat this guy. I was like, no, let me be humble. Let me go back to the gym and really learn how to fight and get my ass beat and stay consistent. So I really know if something goes down, I'm not worried because, dude, I've done kicks over and over, thousands of kicks of the same kill shots over and over on pads, on the bag, at partners, throwing the same punches, been in the ring, fought, watched several hours and hours of videos. Like, I know. I don't think I can beat someone who's a lot bigger than me. I know I can. And that's the confidence. I walk into a room knowing that not, oh, I can beat everyone's ass in here, but if there was someone who lacked enough discipline to threaten anybody in here, and I was able to be in that room, I could protect that person if it came down to it. If it was a loved one of mine, I could protect that person if it came down to it without a gun. I don't have to kill someone. I don't have to, you know what I mean? I could just help that person. I could defend myself. I could throw not even a head kick, a leg kick, a good body kick, a good push kick. These people are not conditioned to take strikes like these. You're going to hurt them. Anger doesn't win you a fight. Adrenaline doesn't win you a fight. Having a bunch of street fights don't win you a fight. Lifting somebody up and slamming doesn't win you a fight. You're going to be able to beat them with the footwork, the technique, the timing, the skill. You got people throwing punches like this, and this. Like, dude, you're going to be able to hit them with an elbow if you want to. Not that I advise to do that, but I'm saying, like, these are all the weapons you get from training kickboxing, MMA, Muay Thai. You're going to be able to do that to a person who's putting everybody's lives in danger. It helps you morally. It sharpens the morals you may already have, and it reminds you of the morals that you're lacking in. So I'll give you one for example. Something I definitely did lack was focus. Like I just never would be focused, and that's not really a moral, but I would zone out when I was doing something that I would like a lot. And fighting taught me to stay focused, like literally, like not just zone out and think of other things, but stay focused on what's in front of you and be appreciative for what you have. Be appreciative of the fact that there's people holding pads for you in the gym, there's people coming off work, from school, coming all across the world just to train, or all across the neighborhood just to train here and hold pads for you, talk about fighting with you, work with you, and have conversation with you. It also helps you build a community of people that you may not have thought you could be friends with or know, and they're all different backgrounds. They're all come in humility to learn something, and it's beautiful. So fighting it taught me that, to be more patient, you know, be more patient, because patience is something that I'm working on a lot right now, and I neglect it from my anger, neglect it from my own viewpoints, and I take it out on people that I care about. And that's the thing that I've been working on, not even just from fighting, but in my faith, I've been working on that as well. So I'm trying to be more patient, maybe whether or not it's in a relationship or whether or not it's in my friendships with my family. And fighting is definitely teaching me that, because there may be things that I want to know, but the human body, it works like this. You're not going to just learn something in a day. You're going to have to mess up, and then randomly one day you're just going to do the technique correctly after just failing a bunch of times, and you'll be like, damn, you know, like I didn't do this yesterday, or I wasn't doing this last week, but how's it working all of a sudden? And your work pays off. It does. So that's with anything. It's like if you're trying to get your first sale, you might mess up, and then when you get your first sale, that progress keeps you hooked. It keeps you motivated, and it keeps you going down that pathway, you know, where success may lie. It makes me look at everything like a student. Like I'm a student in everything that I'm already not educated in. If I'm not educated in something, I'm a student. If I want to be educated in it, I'm going to ask a question. If I want to just know something about it, I'm still going to be a student. I want to ask a question. Pick your brain, learn, because a lot of times when you're watching videos or like talking to someone who's good in a certain area or practicing in a certain area, the reason how someone gets successful in those areas or does well, finds enjoyment in any of those areas, it comes down to the fact that they use the same skills that you use to get good at fighting, but in that area, they use discipline, they use humility to learn, they use discipline to stay consistent in that thing. And if they're smart enough after a while, with all the tools they learn, and they recognize that this is not something I was just doing as a hobby, after a while, this is an actual skill that I have. Like fighting is an actual skill, and I have fights and I know how to talk, I know how to be around fighters, I've been around fighters, I could take this and start my own gym, or I could take this and do lessons. I could do that if I wanted to. I personally don't want to be a coach. But if I had this same structure that I got from fighting, which I can 100% do, because I've been training consistently for like a year and 6 months, and I've gotten pretty skilled from it. If I take that same structure of 1 year and 6 months, and I'll say a year was pretty good, and I'll take that same structure, apply it somewhere else, and if it took me a year just to do that, I could take that same skill and put it towards something else. That same discipline that I had learned to get this skill and put it towards something else and portray it to someone who's just trying to get started. It's as simple as that. It's helped me be committed to things, with my loyalty. I'm gonna be loyal to this gym and maybe take pride. I'm gonna be loyal to this gym. I'm gonna be loyal to my partners. I'm gonna be loyal to this training camp. I'm gonna be loyal to all these things because they give so much to me that I'm gonna give my all back. Stay loyal to the gym. Take pride with the people you came up with. Even if it doesn't work out the way you want it to, realize that it's a lesson. There's lessons in everything that you can grab, and you'll be okay. Your story is going to help somebody. I guess this one falls under morals, but it really taught me respect. The difference that separates a street fighter and a fighter is respect, because even if I'm fighting a street fighter, I'm still going to respect the fact that he's dangerous. If a street fighter is fighting you, he doesn't respect what's coming back at him, and that is his downfall, because his character development is so low that I could beat him with just my mind. Obviously, I have the skills with my hands and kicks from fighting and elbows from fighting. I have the skills, but people who can't see past that layer, they stay stagnant because it isn't about the hands. I didn't beat him with my hands. I beat him with my mind already. I beat him with my discipline. I beat him with the fact that I respect him so much, even though he has no training, that I won't get 2 inches away from him and risk getting grabbed. That I won't run bolt towards him and throw something that might get me hit randomly and give him a chance. But I respect him so much that I'm gonna use all my skills to run circles around him, let him gas out, because the person who doesn't train doesn't have too much in him. Hit him with a good leg kick, hit him with a good body shot, and put him away. I respect the beginner because the beginner is unpredictable, and even if he has no skill, I still take him seriously. And that's what fighting taught me. It doesn't matter what you do, take it seriously. It doesn't matter who's in front of you, take it seriously. But also be playful. Understand what situations you're in. At the gym, even if I'm fighting someone, it's not like a fight for me. It's skills training. Unless I was supposed to fight, it's skills training. So I put my ego to the side. I wanted to develop skills, but I also want you to prove myself to you that I'm a good partner, and I don't want you to think that I'm here to hurt you. I want you to know that don't take it personal. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not dangerous, but I also want you to build that relationship with me so that we take care of each other and we build brotherhood in the gym. We build a family in the gym, and that's what it's about. It gave me respect for my enemies. I respect my enemies, not because they're my enemies, but because they're me, but on a different spectrum. You're me, but on a different side. You may not hate me or want to kill me, but we're going to come into the ring like we want to kill each other because we work so hard for something that we can't even see, for a dream, basically a dream. So it goes that deep. Respect goes a long way, especially in fighting. Respect goes a long way. And that's definitely helped my character, because those are things that I definitely needed. I needed discipline. I needed respect. I needed humility. I needed those things. Every human does. If you're someone who isn't confident, if you're someone who can't look themselves in the mirror, if you're someone who's struggling inside your own skin, if you're someone who can't look at yourself in the face, or you're just always judging yourself, I think fighting is going to be good for you. It's going to give you a community of people to be around. It's going to give you the confidence to walk into a room knowing you could protect people, you could protect yourself. It's going to make you look at people with appreciation. It's going to teach you to be patient. It's going to help you a lot. Even if you don't want to be a fighter, it's still something that I think everybody should do. That's it for today's video. Fighting definitely helps. I think everyone should do it. It teaches you a lot. It takes a lot of stress off your mind. If you're getting back from work, I think fighting would be great for you, bro. Like, take your stress out on the bag. Take your stress out. I need the elbows. Take your stress out on the bag, you know? Help Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm uploading a video tomorrow, and that's it for tonight. Love.